This is Cinema Freaks Live. This is our first video reviewing the new Ghostbusters movie. I'm Larry.
I'm Nathan.
And Ghostbusters, if you've been on the internet at all, if you haven't been like a hermit, you've heard about this movie. A lot of people have been very controversial about this.
Very controversial, on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. And I heard about it. I mean, I don't like remakes, but the amount of sheer people just bitching about this was way over the top. It was just crazy. Especially people complaining about the fact that it's just 4 women now. Apparently that was like a big deal for some people. Yeah.
I mean, if the gender of a main character really affects you that much, you gotta question certain things.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like some people, some people were saying that, oh, I feel like you're gonna ruin your childhood, that sort of thing. I don't really get that at all.
I don't understand that either. I mean, I can kind of get that point where people were coming from, but I saw the movie twice, woke up the next day after seeing it the second time, went to go look at a photo album, everything was the same. My childhood was still intact, my memories were the same, I mean...
Actually, after seeing this movie, I couldn't remember anything about the old Ghostbusters movie. And when I tried to put the DVD in to watch it the next day, I found out that I couldn't see the movie. It just said, "Women rule everything now, ha ha ha." That's what it said. So now my childhood is ruined.
Dark age we live in.
Yeah, no, I mean, people really were, both sides, then you had equal people fighting back over that, this war.
Yeah, they were saying that it would be better because it's 4 women, or the fact that, these are changing times, you must accept it. It's like, a main character is a main character. It doesn't matter what gender they are.
Yeah. No, it's like the reason I'm even saying this at all is because when I actually saw the movie, it was like it was just the very middle of the road. It was fun, just an average kind of lighthearted movie. There was nothing.
It's a typical summer movie. It's got laughs, it's got action.
There was nothing controversial about it.
No, not at all.
And I just think that's funny after all the ballyhooing, after all the bitching and whining and complaining. This is the movie that they chose to be this controversial about. It's not a controversial movie. There's nothing about it that really needs that much controversy.
Not at all. And the jokes, I mean, there are jokes that fall flat, but there's far worse comedies that came out this year.
Yeah, right.
There's far worse action movies that came out this year.
I think, if you're going into this expecting a great movie, personally, I didn't really see many people who were really expecting that, but it's not a great movie. However, it's also not bad, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I really know there's going to be a lot of undue backlash and hype saying that it's
definitely, and there already is on both sides. There's people saying you should get used to this because this is the future, which once again is a story, it makes no sense. Yeah, right. And there are people saying, oh, it just sucks flat out because the jokes suck, or blah blah blah. And
right. Yeah, I mean, with all that said, we are going to get into some specifics about the story here. I did think it was a decent movie. I thought the fact that there were the 4 women did add a certain freshness to it that would not have been there if it was 4 other guys. I wouldn't have wanted to see that.
I could have seen it the same so long as the personalities were different.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's what made it. They weren't cookie cutters of the original 4. They were their own. Yes, Patricia or Patty and Holtzman. Were kind of mirrors
and Kate McKinnon's characters.
Yeah, they were kind of mirrors of 2 of the others, but they were still their own.
Yeah, I mean, and like the new Star Wars movie, it's the same thing there. Like, new characters make it a little bit more fresh by default. And personally, I would rather have the 4 women over, like you were saying before, like Michael Cera.
Oh, God, yeah.
They're talented guys, but I wouldn't have wanted.
We would have had one of 2 different casts if this movie was made with guys. We would have had Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, or we would have had Adam Sandler, someone like Dan Cook.
Oh, yeah. Not good at all.
No.
Yeah. No, I mean, either way, it is 4 women. Now, we need more women in movies. I just think that's, it's fine. Now, you can have any number of diverse cast now. We don't need to have...
main characters. Don't shove anything down a person's throat.
Yeah, just having 4 women does not make it some kind of feminist statement.
No.
I mean, you're shoving anything down.
Because in no way do they push this whole, boys rule, girls rule kind of thing, which a lot of people are commenting, oh, so many male characters in this movie are idiots or assholes. Go watch the other 2 movies Everyone outside the main four, and including the main four at times, are idiots or assholes.
I haven't really seen that myself. I mean, it's a comedy. Most characters are going to be assholes anyway.
Exactly.
That's just how it is. You know, comedy is like that.
Yeah.
And to get into the actual story in the movie, what did you think of like the actual movie aside from all this controversy?
All right. Do you want me to like break it down completely, or do you want me to just give a short?
Just go over whatever you want to say.
First act was a pretty good comedy horror. You know, had really good feelings of horror at times with good laughs, good build up. Second act fell flat because it just felt like it was trying to be just straight up comedy, and a lot of the jokes fell and just kind of dragged on. Third act though, action comedy, the action definitely played in, and the jokes were pretty damn good.
Yeah, right. The plot was kind of like the first one again. They really did. It was basically played it safe. Probably they played it safe too much, perhaps. But the characters made it enjoyable. The jokes were pretty funny.
Definitely.
I still, I'm a character development kind of guy. I still found enjoyment in it. I had fun watching it.
Except for the villain. You know? The villain was a cardboard cutout.
The villain, the villain. They had this little seedy guy working in like a hotel. And they were sort of building up like this Kevin Spacey and Seven, like a serial killer type. But then, they don't really do anything with him. He's not a very interesting villain.
No, and, he's basically trying to destroy this plane of existence because he was never hugged as a child.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been there, but I think destroying this plane of existence might be a little bit too much.
No, I mean, go for, citywide or statewide. Yeah. Don't go for the whole plane.
Go for the Republican National Convention. I mean,
that's already happening right now.
Yeah, too late now.
Got
Next time, though. Yeah, and the climax was probably a bit long. I don't know if it needed to be as long as it was, but it did have entertaining parts in it. The good lines here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Good special effects.
Definitely.
It was kind of fun to watch. It was okay.
Good Easter egg jokes as well, because one that a lot of people miss, and I saw this the first time, and I could not help but laugh my freaking ass off. As soon as the four arrive, and there's this giant hellish battle going on there in Times Square. And one of the ads in Times Square is a Twinkie ad that says, "That's a really big Twinkie." That I just freaking...
Yeah, right. Yeah, no,
I feel like when I explain that a lot, it goes over people's heads, but that...
There was little jokes like that in there, like, all these little tiny jokes. It takes a long time to go over all of them. I probably forgot most of them by now.
That, and, I probably missed, like...
Yeah, and, a lot of cameos from the old characters.
Every cameo was spot on and perfect.
They were a little bit pointless, but they were funny. And that sums up what I thought of most of the jokes. It was dumb, but it was just funny.
I'd say the only pointless one was Aykroyd's, which is funny because he was executive producer and helped write it.
Yeah. Aykroyd's cameo was he was a cab driver. And you figure he would have picked a more important role for himself, but no.
Like you said, I thought he would have been the mayor.
That's
or something like that.
I was like, he's the mayor. But no, he was a cab driver.
No, just a cab driver has like 30 seconds of talk time.
Most of it, most of the movie was just light fun. It was silly.
It was not a safe summer movie.
Yeah, it was a summer movie. It wasn't particularly, anything outstanding.
No,
it certainly wasn't terrible. And but I think
there are so many worse movies that came out this year compared. It wasn't good, but it's rewatchable. It's funny, and it wasn't the travesties that some of the other movies.
Yeah, I mean, I never expected it to be terrible.
No.
And but there was the one interesting thing that I noticed about this was they had multiple lines of dialogue where they were addressing like the controversy online.
It wasn't pretty meta.
Yeah, what were they saying again?
The first part, because what they do is when they're filming themselves trying to go after the ghosts early on, and they're reading the YouTube comments, and one of them is one of the actual YouTube comments that was the top rated comment from the trailer, which is, "Ain't no bitches gonna hunt no ghosts."
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And that's the all those things. It's kind of a meta commentary in itself. It's commenting on the fact that people are making fun of the movie, but also the characters in the movie, the women in the movie, are trying to succeed too. So it created this weird meta commentary. They didn't really return to it. I just thought it was an interesting little touch.
They make 2 jokes about it.
But they didn't really come back to the whole theme though.
No, not at all. Yeah. Because that's the thing. It's not like they were trying to prove themselves as women. They were trying to prove themselves as scientists.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, though. That was the commentary.
Exactly.
What the characters were trying to prove themselves as scientists, the movie was trying to prove itself as its own thing.
Exactly.
And everything else.
Yes.
It was kind of a meta commentary. And
usually meta jokes fall
Yeah.
flat, like going to X-Men's joke about when they come out seeing Return of the Jedi, oh, the third movie's always the worst, and it's like, really? You're gonna... That
which
would die.
movie was that in?
X-Men Apocalypse.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it takes place in the 80s, so the characters come out of the theater after watching Return of the Jedi, and they just say, oh, you know, well, 1 always sets the tone, 2 makes everything dark, but oh, you know, the third one's always the worst, and it's like...
I used to think the third thing is the best a lot of the time. I don't know why. I just have
Yeah.
unconventional opinions.
Yeah, but still, that joke just kind of fell really flat.
This one in this movie was justified with all the shit that this movie
It was.
Just like
It
leading up
was.
to it. You know, they had to say something back.
Definitely.
You know. Yeah. I mean, overall, let's wrap it up a bit. Overall, like, what was your final thought on this?
Growing up with the franchise, it was always there for me since I was a kid. I mean, I used to run around with one of those little super soaker things tied to a backpack. So this movie's always, the franchise was always in my heart growing up. Getting out of this movie, I can say that it's on par from a critical standpoint without using nostalgia goggles. It's on the exact same level as Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, Red. I didn't expect that much. The trailers looked like crap. But going into it, like, I did have fun with it. I liked more than I didn't like about it. And I don't know if I would watch it over and over again, but I feel the need to defend it against people who are going to say terrible things about it for no reason. There are going to be way worse movies this year.
That's the thing. It's nowhere near as good as the first. The first was a golden classic.
This one doesn't have the same wit to it.
This one does not have wit. It's more slapstick mixed with just kind of a blatant, we're trying to get you laugh comedy.
But if you're gonna pan that just on basis of it alone, then you're kind of being pretentious on purpose. There.
Exactly, because you can tell going into it that it's not trying to be, a dark, witty masterpiece. It's trying to be.
It is what it is. It's a summer movie. And this was Cinema Freaks Live, and we'll see you next time.